What is up, YouTube? It's your boy MC Fire,
And Ice Cube.
and we are coming at you with a fire video today. Today's video is going to be on what successful people do and what unsuccessful people do, and how you can be on the right side of that coin if you choose to be. So, we really like this topic, and we're going to start off with what unsuccessful people do. Start off with the bad, work our way to the good. So, let's dive right in. What do you think, you? What do you think the number one factor that makes most people not successful? What's like the one thing that you think that would separate them from the successful people?
They just don't take action. They don't do whatever it is that they set out to do,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is that they acquire to be, or whatever that case may be. They don't take any action. They just sit there and hope that something will fall from the sky into their laps. Um, they also want reward for no effort.
Mm.
So I think that's pretty much what it is. They don't invest any time, don't invest any effort. They think everything's a scam. Um, Lack of trust. Um, it may be warranted because they may have got crossed in some fires back. I
Somebody
don't
might
know.
got them, you know.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty much why they don't take action. A lot of fear. Um, yeah.
Yeah, all those are solid. So in fear, right? Like, what's the way like you kind of get over that part? Because I think that's what stops a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
is that fear aspect. So we're kind of diving into going from unsuccessful to successful. Fear, we all have it, but courage, some of it is built in us. So why do you think so many people are afraid to just do the thing if it's that simple?
Um, fear fear of failing pretty much gets a lot of people. It's a paralyzing kind of fear
Mm-hmm.
because people don't want to take that step forward because what if they fail? What if their parents said that they wouldn't be able to do it? What if their friends told them that they wouldn't be able to do it, and then they fail at something? They're gonna get, oh, I told you so.
Mm. So it's like kind of letting down the people that they hold in esteem or that are like in their life kind of thing. It's a fear of letting other people down and themselves and their confidence in themselves.
Pretty much. A lot of our culture is based off of how other people view us. Even if people aren't talking about us, we think that other people are talking about us. It's a very um self-centered.
She's talking about me right now. Like,
It's a very self-centered mindset, but that's how it is in this culture. It pretty much is. So they think that, oh, if I fail, then people will talk.
yeah. Do you think that people will talk if you're successful and or if you're unsuccessful?
I do. I do believe that people will talk either way. Um, if you are successful, people will say, "Oh, they're probably doing something that they're not supposed to be doing." Like they'll
Mm.
try to turn it. It's always, you can never satisfy everybody, though.
So doing the thing is more important than what people say about you doing the thing.
Correct.
Oh man. Yeah, that's going to be a hard sell for a lot of people, but it's good because the reality is I 100% agree. I believe that to become to go from to really kind of hone in on what successful people do. If we're just going to kind of segue from unsuccessful to successful people,
Mm-hmm.
I think doing the thing, just doing certain actions that breed the right result that you want and that learned behavior will make you successful. What do I mean by that? If you understand that putting your hand in the socket is an unpleasant experience, how likely are you to do it again? Well, not very likely. So you learned to not do that, and you were successful probably every day after that of not putting your hand in the socket, unless of course you want to get a nice shock, right? So being successful at any other thing is no different. That's basically how you learned. You came out as a naked and afraid individual. And from literally that moment on, you learned that there's certain things I have to do to get bigger, stronger, faster humans to come assist me in getting the things that I cannot physically do myself. Then you learn to do those things yourself. In a way, that is how you're going to do everything else. Because of that, the way you learn does kind of determine how fast you can be successful, but really it's just the actions taken in the right environment will breed success. And I think that in hitting your fire number is no different. In weight loss, it's no different. In relationships, it's no different. And then, I don't know, everything else you can think of.
So you're saying that it's no different no matter what situation you put yourself in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no matter what's like, obviously there's different environments, but barring your like physical ability to learn and physically ability to do something, I think that most people can hit their fire number. I think it's more what Q said. They're more worried about doing actions that they're afraid of, that people will judge them. And if they're successful, people will still judge them. Or they've wrapped their identity around certain one other thing where people they judge themselves. It's not even other people. They got some people call it limiting beliefs. So understanding that how to become successful, very simple. The same way you became successful everything else. You saw your parents or other humans walking. You said, hey, that seems like a more efficient way of traveling. Instead of on my hands and knees and getting carpet burn, let me try that. Were you successful at it at first? Well, no, you fell on your bum probably a few times, maybe even forward, That is the same way in life. You haven't tried something enough to say, I'm not successful. But more importantly, you haven't studied enough people to know that they can be successful. You've seen them be successful. You're saying, oh yeah, I know this person, they're successful. But you haven't studied them. You haven't watched them. You haven't watched, like, what are their routines? What kind of associations do they have in their life? What do they do with their finances? What do they do with like their relationships, and how do they keep those relationships? How do they put certain toxic relationships on the back burner, and certain quality relationships, how do they bring them to the front? You have to understand that in your fire journey, in any journey, that following the people that have exactly what you're looking for, that are like you, that have the same opportunities, capabilities that you do, they come from the same backgrounds as you do, is probably the quickest way for you to be successful. And I know some people are going to say, well, wait a minute, there's certain people that do nefarious things. I could do that. Obviously, let's keep it legal. But I don't know, like, if you were like, let's say, take for example, if I was in the middle of nowhere, right? It would literally, the process for being successful would literally be the same thing. You would find other people in your area that came from your background that were wildly successful, and you would do the things that you could do at the time to mimic their results, right? You would either do them faster, and you do them more often to basically catch up to where they were, or to in some instance be successful. So I think that's what a lot of people miss, is they don't want to, like you said, they don't want to take action. But with successful people, most of us unsuccessful people don't understand the actions that they're taking down to the letter, right? We might know LeBron James or we might know LeBron James or Steph Curry stats. I was gonna say Kobe Bryant, but may he rest in peace. But the crazy part is you could still study the legacy that he made and say, hey, I want to be just like him. I want to be just like LeBron. I want to be Steph. I want to be in finance and business is the same thing. You don't know the report card or the playlist of your favorite rapper, do you? No, you study the thing that they're good at. So in business, you would study the same thing that maybe Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Ray Dalio, or if you want to start a great company, you would study maybe Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, right? Depending on what level you want to get at. That is what successful people do. Successful people study other successful people. They take their experiences and then just say, hey, I'm going to do the thing that they're doing. I'm just going to do it faster, and I'm going to do it more numerous, and I'm going to study them. Once they do that, most of the time they're successful. and you can do it too. I believe every single person can be successful, barring obviously some biological thing, but we're gonna do it, man. Realizing that that's the case, I have the best partner, so we're gonna crush it, guys. Wish us the best, man. I really enjoy those people who have been watching the content and like it. If you find value, hit the like button. If you didn't, send it to somebody who might find value, and then don't hit the like button, or do. We don't really care, but we do care about you. So
Still gonna do it.
still gonna do it, baby. Thank you guys, and you have a wonderful, awesome day.
Bye.
Peace.